Hello graduate students, this is a quick tutorial on the application for graduate students as it applies to our MS in Earth Sciences program. This process will be somewhat the same for undergraduate students, but please consult with our undergraduate coordinator, Dr. McGinn, about what exactly you need to do. So this is going to be speaking directly to our graduate students. Our graduation and application period will be filed at the beginning of the semester in which you plan to graduate. So typically in the spring semester, it's going to be filed by the middle of February. In the fall semester, it'll be filed by the end of September. So you should be receiving emails to that effect probably by the beginning of the semester in which you plan to graduate. So please follow those. I want to speak to the actual requirements here. You need 4 different requirements. You'll need an application for graduation, an academic approval, an exit survey, and a copy of your unofficial transcript. Now, in the emails that you will receive from the registrar, you'll be receiving a link to apply for graduation through MyEOL. Typically, we run into some problems recently because of ABM students where their classes taken as undergraduate students are not applied. And we'll talk about a workaround for that I've had to address in the past. We have an academic approval, an exit survey that I'll talk about, and a copy of the unofficial transcript. So all of these resources are located right here through our Google Drive. All students with this link have access to them. And so as you go to this Google Drive, the first thing we've talked about is the application for graduation. This is the application for graduation. Typically, you are going to be sent a link for the application for graduation, and you will fill it out online. So if you start to fill it out online and says you're not allowed to or you don't have enough credits to, we will file this paper. So most of you should be filing for application online, filling out this information with your 820 number, your address, your graduation term, and whatnot. This paper form is only required for people who may be ABM students or transfer students whose transfer credits or ABM credits are not being applied to graduation. They need to fill this out. And when you fill this out, you'll fill this out using your name, address, self-identify, current member of the Armed Forces, graduation term, school. We are the College of Health and Science, and you are applying for the MS. Your major is going to be Earth Science, and the concentration is either going to be applied or general, and there will be no minor there. And you will check if you've applied for graduation before. Maybe some students who have earned a incomplete and didn't finish up, so we may have applied for you before. But you will be signing at the bottom the date you submitted, and then your advisor will be printing, signing, and putting in their name, and this information will be passed along to them. You will only, like I said before, you will only be filling this out if you cannot apply through MyEOL. Okay, so this is a last-ditch resort, and I've had to do this in the past. Now, the next form that we have is the academic approval. So this is the academic approval for graduation. Your advisor will be filling this out. And this is basically to make sure we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's to make sure you have the appropriate credits and enough credits and the GPA to graduate. So with the department and school, we're going to be CHAS, College of Health and Science. You will be putting in the term, or your advisor will be putting in the term that you're graduating. Banner ID, the name, the degree is MS. Major, Earth Science. Concentration is going to be applied or general. Is this your second degree? You could circle or bold it. And then in this column here, you'll put your total hours earned. And so your total hours earned, and in the right, within the major. And you can get these from your transcript. So if you go to your transcript, you can go down to your transcript here, and it gives you your total hours earned, past hours, and your GPA. If you've taken some classes outside of EASC classes, you might have to do a little bit of math, but at the current time, these are the classes that you've taken up until now. So total hours earned, the number of hours that you were enrolled. So if you're graduating in the fall, how many hours you're enrolled in the fall. It would typically be 3 in our department, or the spring 3. and then the total number of hours at the end of the term, and then your current GPA as it is now. Okay, the next thing, okay, and your advisor can fill this out as well. Foreign language exam, these are all the benchmarks that we need to meet. Foreign language exam is not applicable. Written comprehensive exam, that's when you took and passed comps. So if you look at someone's previous transcript, you can see master's written exam passed November 4th, 2016. So we put yes, 11/4/2016. Admission to candidacy and thesis or project plan. Over here in this transcript, you can see admission to candidacy, February 8th, 2017. So you would put that date right there. If you have submitted this, but you have not, if this does not reflect on your transcript, put yes and then put submitted January 2022 or submitted fall 2021. Okay. So this is really important that we have these. Yes, yes, and these, like we've said before, are going to be submitted at the same time. So the admission to candidacy and the thesis or project plan. And I have a previous tutorial on how to do this. Okay. The thesis submission, and that's the date that you plan on submitting it. So this isn't a yes, so you would just put planned for April 2021, and then the oral defense planned for April 2021 or whenever you plan to defend, and then final written exam, that is not applicable for our major. Okay, that is not applicable for our major. And your advisor will be filling out these particular forms here. So the report on the master's form, they'll be filling out this. So when you successfully defend, they'll submit that, and then there will be a date on your transcript that reflects that. And then under the academic approval, any deficiencies in your major requirements. So if you're registered for the spring and taking EASC 5800, which is internship, this will be a major that we put here. This will be a requirement, EASC 5800. The course that you're enrolled in that semester, EASC 5800. And since it's a grade is required for that class and it's a deficiency in your GPA, we'll put EASC 5800. And this will be filled out by your advisor, and then this will be passed along to the department chairman and the appropriate deans. Down towards the bottom here, we have recommendations for substitutions, waivers, and exemptions. So for some reason, if we need to waive a class, if you are come in as a statistics degree and you don't need to take geostatistics if you've already taken it before or demonstrated competency in it, we may waive that class. So I would put EASC 5130. If we have any types of substitutions, so instead of taking raster GIS, we substitute it with another class like independent study. This is the place where we would put that. And so your advisor will work with you, and your advisor will fill this out for any waivers and substitutions that we have. And then we'll fill those out. And this will only be if there are waivers or substitutions required. Other form is the exit survey, and this will probably be changing soon, but this Google Drive will be updated with it. And this is called the exit survey. So if you click on the exit survey, right now it's called CAS exit survey, but we'll have one in the near future for College of Health and Science. Fill this out and give it to your advisor. And then finally, a copy of your unofficial transcript. So all these forms are to be fully completed by you and your advisor, and they're all to be submitted to me as a package so I can review and send to the department head so they can be sent to the dean well in advance of our deadlines, our middle of February and end of September deadlines. And so some of you will be just submitting 3 of these forms to me, the academic approval, and these will all be done digitally, so you can sign them digitally, fill these out digitally, so we don't have any actual paper that we need to handle. but they'll all be submitted to me as a package. So don't send me one after the other, and they'll all be sent to me through your advisor. So you and your advisor will be working on these together and sending these to me as one. So academic approval, the exit survey, and a copy of unofficial transcript, and you should be applying for graduation through MyEOL. If it doesn't allow you to because of the ABM or transfer credits, which we're trying to reconcile with the dean right now, then we'll have a digital form for your application for graduation that we'll also submit. All right, thank you.